What's going on, guys? William Barry here, coming at you live from the power of the internet. Today's video is brought to you by you guys. Actually, it's brought to you guys by Pete. He said, yo, man, I said I'd buy you a coffee for some more Aesop a couple weeks back, and sorry it's taken a while to do so. It's damn tough to pick a song, but I think you'll dig Aggressive Steven. It's a fun song, catchy hook, and it showcases his storytelling ability with a solid message. Adding the beats and knowing he does his own production is wild, man. Appreciate your reactions and your introspection. You're a good dude, and hope this donation helps out in some way. Hell yeah, brother. I can't say I'm a good dude, but I can tell you that it does help out a crap load. When you do this for a living, I make about 20 cents a video, so this goes a long way, brother. Thank you so much. For those of you that would like to donate, you can always do so. You can always make a request for a video in there. We do have some soft rules, nothing too crazy. But you can always go over to buymeacoffee.com/losttogod, just as it is the user title of this video. But anyway, let's get right into the video, man. Enough gushing about me, but I do thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will be updating my in-graphic card to have all of the names of those who donate. Sorry that takes a while to do, because I kind of suck at the, Photoshop stuff. I got to reach out to my buddy, and he's always the one that has to do it for me. I couldn't figure it out, brother. All right, whoops, no, wrong thing. That's my playlist. Here we go, guys. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into the news. For those of you that don't know, this is Aesop Rock. He's got some really crazy, very crazy rhyme schemes. He's very lyrically top notch, man. He has a way with words where even dude, I like to think that I used to read the thesaurus when I was having a good time. But dude, I don't know shit compared to people like this guy, dude. You always meet someone when you you ever think you're good at a video game locally, and then you go to a tournament and you get fucking gobsmacked because you were just beating nerds that were casual, and then you had to go up against people that knew what the fuck they were doing? Holy fuck. That's what it's like when you walk into one of his songs, bro. But anyway, this one said it's got a good message and good storytelling, so I'm fucking here, my dude. Aggressive Steven.
Got home one morning, maybe 10 o'clock. Grabbed a coffee, ran into my friend outside the hair salon. Got home one morning, maybe 10 o'clock. Grabbed a coffee, ran into my friend outside the hair salon. She said she on a break and she come up and roll a J. Well, say her name is Abby, the Wabby is not her name. Okay. Skin the vibe talking.
That's dope, bro. Early on in my career not early, it was only a year ago, not even a full year ago. And I've been doing this 12 years, so I have no excuses to be this fucking ridiculously bad at everything. But my nickname is Trash for a reason in a lot of friend groups, because I'm pretty dog shit at a lot of stuff. I just like to talk and think about shit, bro. You should always censor the names of people unless you're doing it intentionally. I learned that lesson telling stories here on my reactions. So if I ever said your name in a reaction, I apologize. I'm sometimes an asshole.
Wabby is not her name. Okay. Skin the vibe talking neighborhood gossip. Elevator to a maze, snake around on my spot. Before the key hit the lock, she was asking me, is that yours? Beside the door, a navy button down bolt up on the floor. Weird. I'll take a knee on some, I do have one like it, but no. And pick it up slow to reveal a few of the items. Abigail oh, that is certainly a tweaker's pile of stuff. A realization that demand a weaker tea inside my cup. White.
Oh, bro. I mean, dude, if you're following it, dude, it's kind of like you're there, bro. I don't know if you guys know anything about tweakers, but bro, I'm from Inland Empire, dude. I was born in Arizona, but I was raised in Southern California. Man, Inland Empire was a crazy place, man. I'm from a small town. Well, we call it a small town in California, but I think it had 60,000 people living there when I was a kid, bro. A little small town, dude. And we were nothing compared to Marietta and Temecula, dude. Fuck. But yeah, dude, tweakers were everywhere, bro.
Demand a weaker tea inside my cup. White noise humming in my ear to the wood. I hear the bathwater running, something is clearly afoot. Someone is clearly inside. I look at Abby like I'm going in. Maybe you should stay here. She said, no, I'm in. Holy shit. Be cautious. Keep calm. Sneak the door.
What would you do if you went to your front door and you heard someone inside that motherfucker doing shit, bro. Like, I don't know about you guys. I would be in there dropping elbows on that motherfucker, dude. But I'm also someone who wants, like, dude, look, this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to tell you right now, I know that I could not fight a moose, but I'm going to fuck one up one day. Like, I know that is going to happen. It's going to fucking kill me. But god damn it, bro. Is it going to be? That's why I came to Canada, bro. Thought I came up here for love, or, you know, I came up here to fuck up a moose, man. And all that other, but fuck up a moose.
Door open, the apartment is tossed. Everything everywhere all at once, all the faucets are on. Let's draw the room so you can better picture all the peoples. I got this loft that when you walk in, the ceilings are pretty normal. Then a dozen feet later, it's 20 feet of beams and mortar. I inched far enough to peek around that first corner. No sign of life in the bathroom, only debris and disorder. We baby stepping 7 feet in where the kitchen begin. Records and
Bro, I bet you that this guy is so smart. This isn't even a song about someone breaking into his house. What if all of these are metaphors and I'm just not smart enough to pick that shit up? Brother. I bet you I actually assume they are. Dude, the story that he's telling is only one layer, bro. I guarantee you, I'll bet money on it, god damn it. Watch me be so wrong, and it's just literally a song about some dude breaking into his house.
to peek around that first corner, no sign of life in the bathroom, only debris and disorder. We baby stepping 7 feet in where the kitchen begin. Records and books in a sink, the conditions start to sink in. Another view to that Rubicon where the pad opens up to see the answer to my questions in the rafters above. There is a man with no shirt on, wearing his pants around his ankles, jungle gymming over both us. I mean, we are talking angles.
Bro, man, he's up here Spider-Man fucking moving around with his dick out. Hell yeah, brother. We call that a good time.
Mumbling incoherently, there's something in his system. I'm processing but need to make decisions. Okay, let's go. Hey, you need to get down right now. Abby yelling, get the fuck down.
All right, let me see what I can glean from the song already. Though the song so far seems comical in its nature, and there is this constant thread of wanting to protect one another while pursuing the truth, something that's interesting is one way that you could extrapolate information from the song is that the song could be doing a social critique to some extent. In the moments of seeing these crazy situations, instead of being empathetic, the first sign that we would have is to, try to care for one another. And the person that he's trying to care for is the young lady that's with him, I guess what I'm trying to say is seeing the natural response with the self-protection of this individual and then the fear of this other person can actually cause, even though it's not intended, it could have unintended causes of like extra levels of aggression. There's an old quote, I don't know what it's from, but those who need love are the ones that are the hardest to love, or something like that. It kind of falls in that kind of sentiment. One of the scary concepts that we can run into in our society is that it's very easy to justify animosity and hatred to other people, especially when so many of these things feed into our ego or our own idea of projection in the world, like how we're trying to like self-actualize. Like if someone is interpreting, or we can interpret someone as a threat to that potential or that potentiality, we find a way to like aggress upon them, and we do so willingly. That's why when we came to America, we saw savages. Now, there's a long sordid history there between initially trying to communicate and work together with, and then ultimately things breaking down. And depending on what side you are on that particular aisle, you'll point at different pain points on where things broke down, but things just eventually broke down. I'm not here to tell you who's wrong and who's right. At the end of the day, bunch of slaughters happened on both sides, and then one side almost got entirely annihilated. It doesn't matter how you want to break it down. All I'm trying to get to here, though, is that both of these people had a legitimate reason to hate one another. As things continue to escalate, you can look to pretty much any conflict, but the truest heroes in these conflicts are the ones that can look across the aisle and try to work and find some form of peace, even though peace seldomly is actually on the table. Again, one of the people that I really admire is that fella Daryl Davis, who managed to sit down with, Christian nationalists and KKK members And he did the unthinkable. He shook the hand of people that were openly racist and said, I will not leave you, man. You're a human, even if you were a disgusting human. And he managed to convince so many of these people to like set down the hood. Now, I'm not saying we should all be Daryl Davis, and I know that we didn't stop Nazis by hugging it out with them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying true heroes are the ones that can like do the impossible, and that is setting aside your own perceived plight and to look into something on the other side. It's fucking crazy impossible in so many circumstances, but those that find that way and that inner strength to go through with that, that's heroic, my dude.
Get down right now. Abby yelling, get the fuck down and get out. He's on a different planet drifting to a distant moon. I'm pretty sure he don't even know we are in the room. Hey, you need to get down right now. Get the fuck down and get out.
That being said, if there was a naked man in the rafters of my house, I would do this. I would get a gun, you know? So it's easy to say what like Superman would do, you know what I mean? A perfect human with perfect capabilities. But those things, they're not necessarily things that we have to do every time. They're just ideals that we should aspire to, you know? Obviously, we're humans. We have a self-preservation drive, and we also base people's importance based off of proximity to how important they are to our life. So like, you know, if you see a stranger on the street and you see a friend, you're going to try and save your friend. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's always random acts of heroism or random acts of violence are the ones that are like the most stark and the ones that give you so much hope and the ones that can take it away.
Get the fuck down and get out. You need to get down right now. Get the fuck down and get out. Hey, you need to get down right now.
You do. You need to get down and get out right now. Get to the streets and protest ICE, boys. Boys.
Get the fuck down and get out. Get the fuck down and get out. Get the fuck down and get out. This isn't working, the energy is berserk, and we're backing up to the hallway, then down to the office nervous. Yeah, hi. So there's a naked guy in my ceiling. The staff look up at me tripping like, oh my god, is it Steven? Who the fuck is fucking Steven? Y'all seem to know some shit I don't. I ain't exactly need. I'm the manager on some he in this building have got some history. Will attempt to go and talk him down, but also called the city. 30 go by when the elevator ding and drop a trio.
Why would they make you call the city, bro? Like, that would be on them, bro. That's their building, bro. Like, this is what they need to do. What the fuck? Fucking landlords. And I say that even though I like landlords, man. I don't like when they rip people off, but, man, some landlords can offer you some really cheap shit.
City. 30 go by when the elevator ding and drop a trio in the lobby and heaven and nature sing. It's the manager and super with a man in my nights. Oh, that's my leather too, rejected, but goddamn he look nice. Steven is glum and despondent, wafting a brutal bouquet. They sit him down.
Ooh, I like that little ooh, yeah, bro. That was nice. Sorry.
The two rejected, but goddamn he look nice. Steven is glum and despondent, wafting a brutal bouquet. They sit him down on the sofa, he look confused and ashamed. But if I'm honest, also looks like he could pull out a blade. That's when two officers show up and all is fully explained. Okay, the police over Steven and see if he's even lucid. I'm on the other side of the lobby, completely stupid. The super and the manager finally get a sec to offer some backstory about this morning's events.
Yeah, bruh, I would want to be the fly on like the wall in that room. Be like, so was this guy just randomly break into people's houses naked and is this like a thing that he does? Like, why was this not part of like your sales pitch, man? I want my money back, dog. You sold me a bill of goods that wasn't correct, bro. I didn't know I was going to get the surprise penis every once in a while when I walk through my front door. I wouldn't pay fucking premium price for that. I want $200 off.
To offer some backstory about
That's right, dude. I'm willing to look at penis for, what is that, $200? To save $1,200 a year. When you make about $5,000 a month, I'll do that, bro. Hey, penis ain't the worst thing. Just, it's better if you shave that shit, bro, Ain't no one had a bad day looking at someone's dick, bro, as long as that motherfucker ain't infected or nasty. Oh, man, I bet you his dick was nasty. Why am I talking about this motherfucker's dick, bro?
I'm on the other side of the lobby, completely stupid. The super and the manager finally get a sec to offer some backstory about this morning's events. They tell me Steven suffers from mental illness and drug addiction. His episodes have kept him in and out the shelter system. Some lady in the building used to give him her couch, but his condition led to far too many issues to count. He's even scaled up the building before and jimmied inside and been aggressive with the...
That's one of the sad parts about trying to help people. Like, you really don't know where people are in their crazy journey, man. And there are far too many incidences of people trying to assist people and it causing more problems than it helps. And I know for so many people that it can be like this big thing that's like, fuck, dude. You just got fucked over again, or you made things worse. But the attempt to do good, I think, outweighs the result after. Because when it works and you do good and you can restore some small faith in humanity, like, that's everything. And like so, for example, like, someone donated money to this channel to have me watch a particular song they care a lot about. I could have been very mean to the song or very, like, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, and that's happened before where someone will donate me to like money to review a song, and then I'll talk about it and be like, I didn't like this song for this or this, I like, oh, dude, you always wonder if they have buyer's remorse or whatever, and like you just feel like shit. But like, I couldn't do what I do if people didn't, occasionally throw a bone down. You know what I mean? But then, like, when you see these big mega corporations or mega channels that have sponsors and funding and, all this other crazy shit, you're like, what? How the fuck do people compete with these? And also, I'm high, so I just jumped the shark in my own mind, bro, in my own conversation. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Fuck! Bro, this shit, I got this shit called, what is this shit called, man? Oh, man, it was called, why is it got the name up on the? Oh yeah, Liquid Imagination, bro. Some hybrid, dude. Fucking shit is tasty, dude. It's got a little gassy aftertaste, man. It just, ooh. Now it doesn't last as long as I'd like to, dude. It only lasts about like an hour or two, bro. But fuck, that hour or two is awesome.
Issues to count. He's even scaled up the building before and jimmied inside and been aggressive with the tenants like infinity time. He not permitted on the premises, but this is your life. That's when the officer invited me to give him my side. I said, well, first of all, I ain't the one to call, but also we're like a meter from the player involved. I can brief you on the basics if the aim is resolved, but I ain't trying to agitate him if I say something wrong. How about we move 10 feet around the corner to talk? He said I can't leave my partner alone with someone that's gone. Okay, seems fast to be at an impasse. Then he pulls the pen and paper out and this is what he asked. Do you wanna be the victim? What? No, I didn't want it. I'm not sure what you want. Do you want?
Yeah, dude. See, he is kind of touching on that. I like that, dude. It asks a question. Because when things start, one of the bad things, and I mean, I am a liberal, right? Like, I defend liberalism, liberal democracy. I defend these things. And I really stand by those core pillars and those core tenets that prop that up. I do, like, that's why I can defend anybody's rights, because I care about those things. They're like, your individual autonomy means so much to me that it's crazy. And I don't care how you use that autonomy. I just want you to have it. I don't think anyone should tell you what to fucking say or do, no matter who the fuck they are. Now, if you have bad ideas and they get challenged in the marketplace of whatever ideas or fucking Twitter or whatever, and people fucking laugh at you, I mean, there's consequences for saying your shit. Like, look at me, bro. Anyone could pick apart one of my videos and just mock me the whole time. Like, hell, bro. They'll say all the things that I say about myself in my head. Sometimes even I say them publicly or out loud. But, like, bro, I defend all of these things. But one of the things that sucks about these systems is it can extrapolate everything down to like data sets and spreadsheets and just numerical values. Like, and then by opting into the victim, being a victim, you're just now another number on a chart to showcase whether crime is falling or rising. And it kind of feels like it takes away some of the human elements of, you know, the system, which is a dangerous thing to do when the system is supposed to be operated and maintained by humans. But I mean, there's a lot of social individual fucking failings at play here as well. But, you know.
Didn't want it. I'm not sure what you want. Do you want to be the victim? Oh, you're doing a script of a communion about the nuance of a human at risk. How about we skip to where you tell me what the future can hold? He said a felony being and whatever he stole. We take him down to the jail and they put him back on the street. They just think got the kind of resources that Steven would need. I said,
exactly, dude. Though, I mean, the things I uphold still operate that, like, can utilize that system as well. One of the things that's really important is that it's hard to like take out individual, like it's hard for someone to tell you, like the last election was a very good litmus test of like whether or not people were paying attention. Because if you were paying attention to the economy, Biden was doing a pretty good job. He pulled us out of so many bad areas, like we recovered faster than most other countries, but people didn't feel it. They didn't see it in their bank account. They didn't see it like in real time, and it primarily affected the upper echelon of people, the ones that were doing very okay. There is something to say that the spending powers of the American, you know, base was depressed even under Biden. But if you were paying attention to the economy and the stock market, you know, it was looking good every day. But because those things weren't reflective of like people's actual physical reality, you know, not the one that like science can predicate or dictate or, you know, approximate. Yeah, that bullshit. But like your actual observable reality, people didn't buy it. So it didn't work. So even though like you could come out with stats and numbers and this, people just wouldn't back off the claim that Biden was being bad on the economy. They won't even look at the analysis of why the economy went down. And they were like, oh, well, COVID, that didn't happen. The economy immediately rebounded after COVID. It's like, well, no, it was a gradual process. It took time, and we grew faster than many people predicted. And we avoided a recession because of smart policy implementation. Something that's really important, though, is it's really hard to break people from what they think is truth. Cognitive dissonance is real. And the problem is when you see something, well, not many people can convince you over your own eyes. You know what I mean? Like, that's why some people can be like, "Ah, motherfucker murdered someone," you know? And it's like, well, hold on. So one of the really important things, though, is it's really hard for a system to change people that are bred and raised in subpar standards. Many people that have existed in many of these, you know, major cities and major areas that have extreme poverty, no matter amount of pontificating about beautiful things and re-education or showing them stats or numbers are going to change their perceived lot in the world. It's damn near impossible. It takes that change from within them, and locking someone in a cage and throwing away the key doesn't really address that. You can tell them how to be a good person when they get out, but then you fall into what is a good person, and then you fall into what is right, what is wrong. If you're hungry and you don't have money, you're gonna eat. Like, fuck, man. Anyway, sorry.
we take him down to the jail and they put him back on the street. They just ain't got the kind of resources that Steven would need. I said he doesn't need a felony, he doesn't need a cell. There's gotta be a way to get him headed for some help. He said programs exist, but none of them work. It's either charge him with the crime or feed him back to the earth.
That's true. And that does bring up a harsh reality. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to sound crazy. Follow me through the logic if you are brave enough. So there's an argument to be made that having people that are no longer functional for society to not be a part of that society. If you are in a zero-sum game, either you produce or you're useless, which is what like the purest level of capitalism would be to its most logical extreme. You get the fuck out. That means the elderly, that means the young, that means the mentally handicapped, that means the criminals. If they are not able-bodied, they are removed. One thing that democracies and liberty and all these things that have afforded us is the ability to, like, you know, move them around out of the way. The hope is in a perfect system that if you commit a crime and you are found guilty of a crime by a jury of your peers, then you would feel bad. Like, oh, obviously I was wrong. Like, the 12 random objective listeners heard my story and said I was not in the right here. And then you pay some penance or some time, and then hopefully that gives you time to reflect on the crime that you committed, and then we will give you back your freedoms once you leave, right? That's the ideal system that it's trying to do. So it's trying to stop people from being psychotic, you know, because no one wants to go to jail, no one wants to lose their freedom, you know, unless, you know, what you have no other option. You know, it has a moral check that comes from the citizens, because they're the ones that are evaluating, you know, your worth in that. The problem is that on paper it's perfect, but so many things can fall through the cracks, even though they are very low. A percentage, like, I think it's like some conservative estimates are 0.6% to, I think the most egregious examples were like 5% of wrongful convictions out of 1 million convictions a year. Look, this is a very messy and complicated topic. The main thing, though, is that our liberal society allows us to just, hey, we have a little extra money here. Let's put it over here and make it to where these people that may not be effective in our work areas, maybe we can give them enough money to kind of stay out of the way, and we can give them a comfortable life, and we can, those of us that are capable can get to being capable and building a brighter and more, you know, exuberant world, you know. And those that are criminals, we lock them up so they get time to, like, get better. But the problem is that it's much like addiction by itself. You're not getting to the root problem when you do that. On paper, all of these things work really well, but in practice, there are so many different small problems that we need to address to increase, like, the quality of said fucking people in that system. Like, one, we are way harsher on black individuals or those of any ethnic minority. We are way harsher in sentencing for them. We're also way harsher in sentencing for men. We need to, like, readdress all of this. And some of this needs to come down to understanding that socioeconomics play a part here. More importantly, if you are on the bottom rung of our society, you should be afforded way more grace than we afford these people. But that's a conversation that'd make a conservative's head boil.
Headed for some help, he said programs exist, but none of them work. It's either charge him with the crime or feed him back to the earth. That's the bleakest shit I ever heard. I don't even have the word. I'm about to run, see what evil was done. I guess the jacket was a gift, but he could leave in the dumps. Upstairs sucked. Cat's doing fine, the rest is just stuff.
True. Your shit, 90% of your shit is just shit. Doesn't matter. Okay? Doesn't matter, man. Bro, I've reset my life like 6 times where I've left everything behind. Bruh, it's just shit. What matters are the people that, it sounds like a fucking Hallmark commercial, but it's so true, dude. The people and the memories, and even those memories fade and those people die. So, I mean,
been eating lunch.
Eating lunch. Oh, that's pretty good.
Leaving the dumps. Upstairs sucked. Cat's doing fine, the rest is just stuff. I just seen Steven eating lunch.
What is he saying? Steven just does it because he gets fucked up on drugs and he's just having a good time and he. Oh no. So probably Steven broke into his house to eat lunch. Is that what it was?
ITS. It's the future.
What if you could taste the movies?
I mean, dude, it's cool, man. He does a lot of more minimal instrumentation, but it's mostly because he's telling like wild, provocative stories that can go in like so many different directions. And who thought a story about finding a tweaker that broke into your house would also be like such an in-depth societal critique? Because like if this was in a redneck section, it would be like, I found a tweaker broke into my house. I shot him with my gun and my Bud Light in my hand. Like, you're like, what the fuck is this, bro? And then they'd be like, you don't tread on Texas. Like, what the fuck? What is happening, bro? Meanwhile, out on the East Coast, you get that hard shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was way too loud. I didn't mean to. I just scared a small child outside. I guarantee it. Anyway, man, thank you guys so much for letting me know about this video. And thank you again so much for heading over to Buy Me a Coffee, man. It was a life changer. And Pete, man, have yourself a wonderful day. I'll respond to your comment here in a second. That's just going to be a message for you, bro. You know what I mean? The world don't need to see that. Now, I mean, if they come over, I think it's just going to be listed on the page. So, you know, I'm not going to be that secretive, you know. But, hey, man, thank you guys so much. And for all of you that watch the content, dude, I can't explain to you how awesome it is. I mean, I've been doing this 12 years, and I've barely got any traction over the years, but I keep doing it anyway because I just love it. I love this shit, man. From video games to politics to game reviews to music reactions to fucking whatever, dude. Coming on this camera and just spewing my bullshit is fucking fun, dude. And I'll never be a big boy at it, but it doesn't matter, dude. I have a good time. So even if I get a job or something out here, and I slow down a little bit, just know I'll still be here doing dumb shit. It just might take me a while, bro. Much love. And for those of you that don't know, I am a writer. My name is Will. If you're ever bored and you want to go read like a giant fucking 4 to 5 act story, like a medieval age fucking story about multiple different points of views of characters fucking fighting and killing crazy zombies and shit, and big ass space dragons that make stars, bro, I got you covered, man. The link should be in the description below, and it's free, dude. All you have to do is read it. I'm not a good writer, but I'm always looking for criticism, bro. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, peace the fuck out, and have yourself a wonderful day. Also, the game.
Future uncertain, wide as the sea. I see a chance to be freed from apathy. You, my muse, my mirror, my light. From broken blues to sleepless nights, I write my failures into stars, constellations of who we are. Through every scar, the truth remains. We lose to learn what love sustains. In pursuit